If you've been dumped, knowing how and when to let go of your ex can feel like you're pissing in the wind. It feels like your entire world is falling apart. You are checking their social media every hour, replaying every moment in your head, and convincing yourself that you'll never find anyone better. But what if I told you that this heartbreak could be the moment you level up in ways you never imagined? In this video, I'll show you how to stop chasing the past and start building a future where you are so confident, so unstoppable, that even when your ex wants you back, you'd be the one saying no. But if you stay stuck, obsessing over them, not only will you delay your healing, you might look back months or even years later wondering why you didn't move on sooner. Let's take that first step towards the best version of yourself. My name is Nick and this is The Love Fix. If you need more than this video can provide, there are links to my new book, Breaking Up with Your Breakup, a counterintuitive remedy for heartbreak, and my one-to-one breakup recovery coaching services in the description below. All you need to do is choose the link applicable to you and follow the instructions, and I'll see you there. Breakups can feel like your entire world is crumbling. The plans you had, the future you envisioned, is all gone in an instant. And now you're left in this overwhelming void, replaying every moment, every argument, every what if. Maybe you've caught yourself spiraling. You're checking their social media to see if they've moved on. You're obsessing over who they might be with. You're wondering, did I matter to them at all? Let me tell you something, you did. But the way you're feeling right now, it's not about them anymore. Right now, your focus needs to shift from getting them back to getting yourself back. And while it might be impossible, I promise you, this moment of heartbreak can become your greatest breakthrough. Let me show you how. We start by learning how to accept the pain that we're in. Before we talk about moving forward, we need to address what you are feeling right now. The truth is, it's okay to hurt. It's okay to feel broken, because no matter how strong you are, losing someone you cared about deeply is one of the worst pains you could ever experience. You're not just mourning the person, you're mourning the life you thought you had with them. One of the most damaging things you can do right now is pretend you are fine when you are not. That bottled up pain doesn't go away, it just lingers under the surface, waiting to explode. So instead of fighting it, lean into it. Write down everything you're feeling, even if it's messy. Scream into a pillow if you need to. When was the last time you sat still for 10 minutes with no devices on in a silent room? You must let the emotions out, just like how your body would expel a bug from food poisoning. Only this time, it's emotional vomit, and that is far more painful. But as you do this, remember one thing. This pain is temporary. In fact, pain's job isn't to hurt you, it is to alert you to something being wrong and to teach you the lesson you needed to learn. Pain very quickly goes away once you've heeded its lesson. It feels endless because it's raw and fresh. They say there is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing, so we must change the clothing. The emotional storm is going to hurt no matter what you do, but you can use the pain to hyper-focus on your ex and therefore keeping you stuck. Or you can use it as the catalyst for leveling up, making your ex to think that they may have made a mistake. More on that coming up. This leads us into the dangers of staying stuck on your ex. It's easy to get trapped in the cycle of obsessing over your ex. Maybe you are rereading old text messages, stalking their socials, or replaying every moment in your head. It feels like you're doing something. Like maybe if you analyze it enough, you'll find the key to fixing everything. But let me tell you what's really happening. You're living in the past. And while you're stuck there, life is passing you by. You start having thoughts about your thoughts and having feelings about your feelings. Have you ever said to yourself, I feel so angry for feeling sad? Only human beings are capable of such self-perpetuating narcissistic thinking, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's fucking you over. Let's break this down. When you stalk their social media, you're not just looking for answers, you are reopening the wound. This is actually entitlement on a very unhealthy level. It's looking for evidence, no matter how insignificant it might be, to confirm a confirmation bias of the following. My ex's decision to dump me determines my worth. I am so shit and worthless. I will find the evidence on their socials to prove what I think about myself. I am so hurt and beyond repair. I deserve to feel this pain until the end of time, and I should be treated differently by those around me. Every picture you see, every post they make is not a reinforcement of what your ex thinks about you. Rather, it's a reinforcement of what you think about yourself. And every time you replay those old memories, you are telling yourself that the best days of your life are behind you. But they're not. Your best days are ahead of you, and your ex's decision does not determine your worth. But if you keep looking back for something that no longer exists, you're going to triple the pain you are in. The first step to breaking free is leaving the place that made you sick in the first place. That means looking forward, which might mean muting their accounts, unfollowing them, or even blocking them if you need to. It's not about being petty. It's about protecting your peace. Removing those constant reminders gives you the space to start focusing on yourself. And remember, you are the main character in your story. Your ex was just a reoccurring guest star that did well with audiences. It's time to write them out of the show. I know it's hard, but every time you choose to protect your energy, you are taking back control of your life. And that's a power no one else can take from you. And this conveniently leads us into building yourself back up. Now that you've created some space, it's time to fill it with something better. This is your chance to rediscover who you are outside of that relationship. Because let's be honest, when you are with someone for a long time, it's easy to lose sight of yourself, your dreams, your passions, your identity. They can all take a back seat to the relationship. But now, it's time to put yourself in the driver's seat. Not only is it necessary, it's sexy as fuck. Because when your ex started dating you, they fell for the person who had shit going on, not the person who dropped everything for them. Start small. You don't have to overhaul your entire life. Maybe it's going for a walk every morning or setting a goal to read one book this month. Maybe it's learning how to cook your favorite dish or finally starting that side project you've been dreaming about. For me, it was reading or listening to one book a month. It doesn't sound like much, but it was a 100% improvement from 0 books a month. That small step led to bigger things like starting therapy, making this channel, and eventually writing my own book on how to get over your breakups, which you can order from the link in the description below, and that's another cheeky plug. After making a few more baby steps, think of all the things you couldn't do when you were with your ex because they were boring as fuck. All the places you wanted to travel, but they didn't like the country. All those foods you wanted to try, but couldn't because their food palette is about as sophisticated as a 2-year-old shitting all over the floor. And don't underestimate the power of physical movement. Exercise isn't just good for your body, it's therapy for your mind. Whether it's hitting the gym, trying yoga, or dancing alone in your room, moving your body helps release the stress and anxiety you are carrying. As you start to focus on yourself, you'll notice something amazing. You'll begin to feel you again. The person you were before the relationship, the person who's always been inside you, that sexy as fuck, amazing person to date is waiting to shine. That's all well and good, Nick, but how the fuck do I level up? Well, I'm glad you asked. Once you start to rebuild, something incredible happens. You stop asking, how can I get them back? And start asking, what else can I accomplish? You're no longer focused on the past. You're focused on your future potential. In fact, you will reach a point where the effort of getting them back or trying to get some kind of revenge just becomes a waste of your time, and it's something that is way beneath you. This is your leveling up phase. It's not about revenge or proving anything to your ex. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. And here is the crazy part. When you reach this level, even if your ex comes back, you wouldn't want them because you've outgrown them. The person you've become is so much stronger, so much more confident that settling for the past feels like a step backwards. And that's the ultimate win. Not just getting over them, but realizing you've moved beyond them. Leveling up is less about doing cool stuff and more about a mindset. It's shifting from a victim's mindset to a student's mindset. Rather than asking redundant and circular questions like, why me? You can begin to ask questions like, what did my ex teach me? Why did I choose someone I knew was wrong for me? Why did I stay for as long as I did? What about me did I sacrifice just to please them, and why? When you find answers for those questions, healing then becomes, how do I prevent this happening in the future, and how do I choose better partners? It ceases to be about your ex, the breakup, and your feelings about the breakup. What emerges is a student's mindset with an insatiable thirst to move forward. But here's the thing, none of this happens if you stay stuck. If you keep doom scrolling, keep obsessing, keep replaying the past, keep asking, what does it all mean? Keep looking for hidden meanings when none exist. You're only delaying your healing. Imagine yourself a year from now. Do you want to look back and see someone who's still heartbroken, still stuck, still living in the shadow of their ex? Or do you want to look back and see someone who's thriving, someone who took the pain and turned it into power? Regardless if your ex comes back, you remain single for a while, or if you move on to someone new, you must always be asking yourself, am I putting the best version of me into the world? If the answer is no and you start dating, then you are merely auditioning someone to make it feel better for you. That means you need to be with someone rather than wanting to be with someone. If the answer is yes, then you've cracked it because you want to be with that person rather than needing to be with them. When you exchange need for want in the context of a relationship, you are prepared to walk away from what doesn't serve you. That's sexy, and that makes you a rare find. It also makes you fucking bulletproof because you are comfortable with who you are. The choice is yours, my friends. This breakup isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new one. And the best parts? You are the author now. So what kind of story do you want to write? Start today. Check out the resources linked below for more tips and tools to help you rebuild. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe because your best days are ahead. And I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Nick, this is The Love Fix, and I'll see you on the other side.